smaller lunches and then smaller dinners. Sometimes for dinner I just have an orange. Or I'll just have a nice little something, not a big meal. So, yeah. Now, one of my hang-ups, though, let me do a word association with you. If I said, what nutritional element do you get out of meat? You'd automatically say what? Protein. Or if I said, where do you get your best source of protein? You'd have to say meat. Beans. What else? What else? Nuts. Okay, here's some protein things. Baked potatoes, 3.9 grams of protein per serving. Peas have 9 grams of protein per serving. Lentils, 16 grams of protein per serving. Now your average guy only needs 55 grams a day. Your average girl only needs 45 grams a day. National average in America, 120 grams a day. We're almost 3 times the amount of protein we should be having anyway. I mean, that's a lot of protein. So we got a bombardment of protein is what we're doing. Broccoli's at 5.8 grams per serving. Pound for pound, broccoli has more protein than steak. Now, it does take a lot of broccoli, okay? It's pretty lightweight. It does take a lot of broccoli to make a pound. But pound for pound actually has more protein than steak. Spinach is at 5.4, brown rice is at 4.8. Even a banana has 1.2 grams of protein. Yeah, even a banana. Here's some banana stuff for you. This is the New England Journal of Medicine all about bananas. You ready? Can you say it? Banana, 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 banana. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Banana, banana, banana.
Amen. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I like journals and I like going to multiple universities when I'm doing my studies. I don't go to just one university. I check different places and really get through the homework. But this is the New England Journal of Medicine about bananas. It's good for depression, blood pressure, brain power, constipation, hangovers, heartburn, morning sickness, even mosquito bites. You can put the inside of a banana skin on a mosquito bite, itching, redness, swelling goes away. Yeah. But you don't have mosquitoes here, so don't have to worry about that. What? You got mosquitoes here? I haven't seen that here. Are you serious? I haven't seen a single mosquito. I thought they were all from Minnesota or something. Maybe they just don't like vegans, huh? Is that what it is? Bananas are good for ulcers, stress. According to the New England Journal of Medicine, eating a banana as part of the regular diet cuts the risk of death by stroke by as much as 40%. 40, that's a huge number. But it's actually a banana that keeps the doctor away. Now see, we've got some sauteed onions here. If you saw the color on this, it's actually browning like a sauteed onion. In fact, you could actually, if you want them to glisten a little bit, just put just a hair of cornstarch in there, and they'll actually kind of glisten a little bit too. So we're going to make some taco burgers. I've got some grilled onions. We're going to put that TVP that's been soaking for about 15 minutes in there. And then we'll just keep an eye on it, see how we're doing. I think I'll put the rest of this water in there. And it might need a little more water, but we'll see how that does. Yeah, my doctors were so happy I could off all that cholesterol and everything. My one doctor, his name's Suresh. He comes up to me, he's like, Mark, I'm so glad you quit drinking all that blood and pus. And I was like, what did you say? He's like, oh yeah, all that milk has blood and pus in it. And I was like, no, it doesn't. He's like, it does. And of course I had to do my homework, and I looked around, and I found out sure enough it does. And now, the legal limit is 200 million somatic cell counts of blood and pus in the milk per liter. Now, if you, these are just the facts, okay? Missouri, let's see, 200 million is the legal limit. Missouri's at 437 million somatic cell counts. You're over 2 times the legal limit. That's one of the higher ones in the country. But this is how big of a problem it is that they actually have regulations on this. They have governments that make sure. I mean, it's that bad of a problem that they have to regulate it. And 437, some of it's just so high that they actually add chalk to the milk to make the blood and pus drop into the milk so you won't see it floating on top. You know, oh yeah, it's bad. And that's just the A grade. Okay, there's the B grade that goes in your cheese and your yogurt and your ice cream and things like that. So that was just the A grade. But I do look at facts though, okay? I do look at a lot of facts. And And that still doesn't do any facts as far as killing people or anything. But when you start looking at the statistical facts, I've got statistical facts from all over the country, different universities from different countries, one after another here. People that drink milk actually have higher rates of breast cancer. They got higher rates of heart disease, and I got list after list, and these are just plain facts. And they even have higher rates of skin cancer. Milk does something to the skin, which makes you more susceptible to skin cancer. And that's why they have to spend $30 million a year paying celebrities to wear that little white mustache, you know, to make sure that we continue consuming it. Is this one on? And $30 million a year. Now, I do things the easy way, all right? You put a white mustache on your lips, you might as well add an extra 20 pounds to your hips, okay? Because it's a weight gainer. Yeah. I mean, I know people that drink a gallon of milk a day, and I'm like, what for? Drink a gallon of water a day. So anyway, but, and then milk. I hear these commercials on the radio, and this lady's saying, make sure you drink milk and eat cheese and lots of yogurt for osteoporosis. You ever hear those commercials? The lady's talking about osteoporosis for Bonita. The drug is Bonita. And she's telling you to consume milk and cheese and things for osteoporosis. Milk is one of the causes of osteoporosis. And I've got universities, not just in America, but Europe and Asia and South America, that show that milk is one of the causes of osteoporosis. So here she is telling you to consume something that actually causes the disease that she's selling you the drug for. I'm like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. But that's what's going on out there. And and you guys like Dr. Oz. Here, Dr. Oz made it real easy to understand. And I'm going to put a little bit of taco seasoning in here. Okay, I'll just do a little bit of this one. We'll make a mild one just for the front row. You're all the ones that were shocked about it. We'll do a mild one. Okay, transfer it in a little bit. Dr. Oz put this real easy for you to understand. Number 2. These are cancers that are directly related to the consumption of animal products. You've got brain cancer, breast cancer, colon, intestinal, pancreatic, leukemia even, kidney, prostate, stomach, skin, bladder. I mean, the list goes on and on of cancers that are directly related to the consumption of animal products. And Dr. Oz put it real easy to understand, okay? He said that every one of us gets cancer cells every single day. We get harmful particles in our body every day, pesticides, little particles and cancer cells. Now, when we have the right amount of oxygen in our blood, it will remove those cancer cells on a regular basis. But when we coat our blood cells with animal fat and cholesterol, then our blood does not get the right amount of oxygen that it needs. And so your blood cannot do the job removing all these harmful particles, and then you've got a cancer growth and then a killer disease. So that's kind of the way it works. And he was actually, I'm quoting him too, he was actually saying that most doctors call cancer a vegetable deficiency. He said it's as much a cholesterol overload as it is a vegetable deficiency. So that's kind of the difference between the two. I like Dr. Oz. He always has good stuff for me. So we got to get off that cholesterol. Now I did go to my brother's. I've got a couple of brothers. My brother in Kentucky, I went to go visit him earlier this summer, and he had a cholesterol level of 1,000. I put him on an all-vegan lifestyle for 3 weeks. I was there for 3 weeks and change, and all vegan for 3 weeks. Got his cholesterol down to 275 in 3 weeks. And he's type 2 diabetic. I got his meds cut in half in 3 weeks. Now, if you go all vegan with low fat and low sugar, you should be completely off your meds in 3 weeks. But I did some sauteing things for him and a few little sugar treats for him. I didn't want to do everything all at once with him, you know. And but he went all vegan for 3 weeks. His type 2 meds got cut in half. He lost 25 pounds. When I first went there, his face was pale. He had black circles under his eyes. And after 3 weeks, even his kids were like, "Dad, you really look good." Getting more color in his face and everything. And I I set him up with the oatmeal stations and the salad stations, pulled everything out of his fridge and cupboard, just throwing everything away. Of course, I filled it up with good food, you know. And but he loved it. I showed him what to buy when he goes out to stores. I showed him what to eat when he goes out to fast food places and Subway. You know, get your veggie subs and Taco Bell. Just order no cheese, no sour cream, things like that. You know? And so I really stuck with him good for 3 weeks there. A week after I'm gone, he has a heart attack and ends up in the hospital. Yeah, and the doctor said that his blood was clear, and if he had not been on that all-vegan lifestyle, he wouldn't even be here today. His main artery was clogged, and all he had was just a pinhole, just to barely get some blood flow through there. And he said, the doctor said if he would have been on all that cholesterol like he was before, it would have just clogged him right up. So, yeah, pretty amazing. Oh, I haven't been checking on this. I have not been checking on my food here. It's looking pretty good, though. It's kind of sticking together a little bit here. Yeah. So they're puffing up pretty good, though. They kind of puff up like this. And they'll puff up, and then they'll tighten up a little bit, and then they're ready to go. Okay. Yeah, isn't that bad? I mean, so, anyway, I guess he's sticking to the diet pretty good now. My other brother, he owns a cattle farm in Wyoming. Yeah, and he actually went to an event over in Wyoming that I had. And so I got to mess with him all the time. He calls me up a couple weeks ago, and he's like, Mark, I've been eating veggie burgers for the last 3 weeks. And I was like, amen. I thought, man, I got a breakthrough with my other brother too now. And then he says, my other cow, I named him Black Bean. I was like, that doesn't quite cut it there, man. He says, yeah, we're going to have black bean burgers and black bean steaks next month. Better taste this just to make sure it's okay. I would spice it up. Not for you guys. This one, I still want to give it a couple more stirs here. But that's the big problem, is that cholesterol. And the government, that's the other big problem. We know that, though. I mean, the government's just unreal. You know, they spend $20 billion a year paying farmers who are growing crops that are going to be fed to farm animals for our consumption. $20 billion a year to make sure the price of milk, meat, dairy, animal products stays at a low price and we'll continue consuming it. They've been doing this since years and years now. You can look it all up on the internet. But back in 1996, they actually put it into the Freedom Farm Act. And in 1996, in 2002, it was legislated right into law. So they have the right to this money every single year. And it's over $20 billion now. $20 billion a year to make sure that we continue consuming these products that they know is killing us. In fact, milk causes more death than cigarettes every single year. And yet they are continuing to fund it. And I really think the government wants to make sure that we don't live one day past Social Security. I think that's you know, we got to have enough sickness, enough people are dying before Social Security. It's like Cornell University's. This is Cornell University. They put a real easy to understand the difference between vegan and vegetarian. If you're a vegetarian and you're not eating the meats, but you're still drinking milk and cheese, that's like going from 60 cigarettes a day down to 50 cigarettes a day. So you're really not doing your body that much good if you're off the meats and you're still drinking the milk and cheese. And so, yeah, the best thing you can do, and I don't know what it is about this government. The way they're thinking that, you know, I mean the sugar. With government, the sugar alone, the government pays for every single pound of sugar that's on the market. If you're a manufacturer of sugar, you get 17.5 cents for every pound of cane sugar, and it's like 22.9 cents for every pound of beet sugar.